ready for takeoff.
We are cleared for takeoff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time to take flight in your community and in your life. This is Audio Airstrike.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Everett McNeil, and this is another edition of Audio Airstrike. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys for listening. Now, I wanted to give everybody an update. Yes, we are cranking out episodes again. Yes, we are back. And yes, I do have a lot to say. Over the course of these past several months, I've sat back and I've basically have been working on other creative avenues. I worked on a feature-length movie, other stuff to that point. And I remember telling people this and being excited as to what is to come, because I have been working on this for the last, good grief, throughout the pandemic, even out of the pandemic. So it's been over the course of maybe the last 2 to 3 years. So when I went and told people that I was doing this, when I went and told people that I was pursuing this passion, this thing that I have, I went and asked people, and I'm not shaming anybody when I say this, but I went and asked people, hey, what are you up to? What do you got? What are some things you got working on? And the response that I got from friends, from strangers, from other people, and you've probably heard this, it's always been, hey, man, it's the same stuff, different day. And I kind of find that discouraging. I'm not going to lie. I kind of find that discouraging. I kind of find that as like a mood killer. And look, I'm not saying you got to act happy all the time and do a fake positive vibes only type of attitude. I'm not saying that. But it does make it alarming that there are people out here that, you know, they grow up and they lose that joy that they had when they were a kid. They lose that passion for whatever they want to pursue when they were a teenager. And a lot of the reason why people, I think, lose their joy is bills, is the constant pressures that we deal with in terms of life, family pressures. You're raising kids by yourself, or you're coming from a broken home. It could be a plethora of different things. And over time, it becomes very hard to keep that joy going. Over time, it becomes very toxic at times, because here you are, you're just trying to get up every day, do what you got to do. But every time you get up, it feels like you're just doing the same routine and nothing changes. You feel like you're a scope on the wheel. You feel like that you're caught up in a rat race and you don't know how you're going to get out. You don't know if everything is going to be okay. And sometimes that wearing on you every day takes the joy, the fun that you had when you were a teenager, when you were a child. But I want to come in here, and I don't want to make this a doom and gloom episode. I actually want to encourage you guys, because if you guys really hone in and focus on what you really want to accomplish, if you guys take the time to really sit down and write out what you guys want to do, you are capable and able to accomplish anything. I think a lot of times we get boggled down by the everyday lifestyle and the pressures that come from your boss, your wife, your family, the expectations that you have to meet, that you never get time for yourself. You never get time to plan out what you want to do, which I think is very, very healthy for a lot of people to do. I think in a lot of different situations, people really need to sit down, take the time that they need to take, and really go after what they want to go after. Because depending on your religious beliefs, or if you have any at all, you only going to get around one time to doing what you want to do on this earth. So please live life to the fullest. Please accomplish what you want to accomplish. Please do what you need to do. Please, if there's anything that you want to work on, please work on it. If there's anything that you want to sit back and relax and enjoy, please take time to enjoy that. We are literally, summer has come and went. I'm just going to put that out there. August felt like it had something to get to real quick. July was a blur. And June, it seemed like I was on a movie shoot and I woke up one day and it was all over. I was exhaustively tired, but That's just the reality of the situation. So I was very discouraged when I heard that people were feeling that way. Same stuff, different day. Same attitude, different day. Same stuff, different toilet even. And how do we shift our thinking to do something different? How do we shift to get to the point where we have these cool things that we want to do? And I want to make it very clear that there's a lot of people that are feeling the same way that maybe you're feeling. Same stuff, different day. And you can't focus on just the routine because you're going to tire yourself out. You're going to burn out. That's what they don't tell you. I've been there. I've done a routine and I've been like, hey, I'm getting tired of this routine. And if you do anything, I'm going to be honest with you. If you do something for so long, for a long amount of time, over and over again, you have to do things to switch up the routine. If you take a certain route to work, switch it up, take a different route to work, take a more scenic route to work. If you are kind of doing the same routine at work, figure out some ways to learn some different things to spice up to keep you stimulated and keep you engaged and keep you focused and keep you interested in what you're doing. Because I'll be honest with you guys, the routine at times gets tiring. It does get monotonous at times. Like, oh, I did this yesterday and the day before that. Oh, look at this, look at that. Which I totally understand. But you have to get to a point to where things need to be spiced up. And there's nothing wrong with having one or two different routines that are similar, but each of them give you something different. So that way you can actually stimulate your mind to focus on different things and have things look at it from a different perspective. I don't ever want to go throughout life and somebody asking me, how are you feeling? I want to always say, hey, man, I'm working on this. I'm doing this. I'm still doing my podcast. As you guys can see me here, I have not given up. I have not thrown in the towel. Yes, I am still cranking out these episodes. I just had to take a break due to a lot of creative stuff I just had to focus on getting done. But it has been a whirlwind of stuff on people because we have lost the imagination of wanting to achieve better. We have lost the joy for what is to come or what we do. And I think that, no matter what your situation is, I think it's totally possible to get that back. It may be a longer road for some people, but the opportunity is there. As long as you have breath in your body and you have air in your lungs and you wake up every single day, you have been given the great opportunity to change your routine, change your mindset, and to be the best version of yourself. You can't worry about who comments on if you switch your routine up. We all know a condescending comment or a critique when we hear one. You cannot focus on that. Because a lot of times when we try to switch up a routine to do something different, some of these people that are critics, some of these people that are asking questions in a very condescending way, they're living in fear too. They don't want you to change because that makes them feel bad. Misery, you've heard this a lot for those of you who have heard this. Misery loves. So us knowing what misery loves company, we have to shield ourselves from those comments. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to come. In any way, you should look at that as a blessing, because that's kind of like a sign of who to stick around and who not to stick around. I don't want anybody ever looking around and going, oh, the same stuff, different day. We have to shift the mindset. I don't care how gloomy it gets. I don't care. I know stuff gets rough at times, and I know, it feels like you're going through a rainstorm, a heavy one, but the reality of the situation is that whatever you set your mind to, you can accomplish it. I don't want anybody under the sound of my voice feeling like the joy is gone and it's over. I don't care what age, I don't care what race you are. I don't care if you're male, female, whatever. I don't sit over there and put a death sentence or a category on people, especially when they're given the same 24 hours I'm given to achieve whatever they want to achieve. I think that it is awesome. I think that it is rewarding to get the opportunity every day to be the best version of yourself. And that's how you guys have to look at stuff. When I did this platform, when I did this podcast, it was about talking about life, society, and culture, but being as honest as possible. Because nowadays, people are criticized and judged for every little thing, no matter if they're trying to be the best version of themselves or the worst version of themselves. People are not being fed life. They're not being fed direction. They're not being fed, guidance. Proper, positive guidance. And it's kind of disheartening, because we have to watch our tongue when we say certain things or speak over certain things. Because the reality of the situation is that our words have power. We have the power to tear down or build up. And when it comes to saying encouraging words, I'm going to give you a perfect example. When it comes to saying encouraging words, you are literally changing the mindset that will affect multiple generations. Perfect example for this. I was heavily discouraged as a kid. I didn't feel like I fit in. I was considered an outcast, totally misunderstood. Everything about me was misunderstood. I was angry because of it. I was upset because of it. I stayed away from people because of it. And the only thing that really gave me confidence, especially back then, was being under the roof of my mother and also being guided by my grandmother. Those were the two things that kept me going throughout my teenage years, and especially when I was a child. Because I was coming up at a time when it wasn't cool to talk about Batman. That's the cool thing now, is to talk about every comic book character you could possibly do that. But I was one of those people, and I was coming up at a time where that wasn't cool. So on top of other things, I was just very misunderstood. And my mom took time out of her busy day. Keep in mind, she's working overtime. Keep in mind, she's trying to take care of you as a son. And keep in mind that your grandmother may need some assistance as well. So she's balancing all of that. So when she took time out of all of that to still encourage me, it spoke life into me. Not because it was just about what she was saying. It was the fact you are this busy and you take 30 minutes, an hour to speak life into me. And I know what some people are going to say, well, it's your mother. She should do that. Not everybody has a mother that speaks life into them. Not everybody has a parent that speaks life into them. Some people don't even have a guardian that speaks life into them, a step parent that speaks life into them. Some of y'all only got your friends that speak life into you. Not that we minimizing friends, because it is definitely needed. But to have somebody take time to be like, hey, you can do this. I don't care what the naysayers say. You can do this. You can accomplish this. You can move certain stuff to make this happen. Enough with the same stuff, different day attitude. That's not getting you anywhere. What you're doing is you're professing low-key out of your mouth that I already know how this day is going to go, and I don't look forward to anything different. That is the discouraging part about this. Because I know a lot of talented, remarkable people that are under this mindset right now. And if only you knew how powerful you are, how great you are, how brilliant you are, how creative you are, the stuff that you do, how you are able to put things together nobody else can put together. These are things that I wish people saw in themselves, but sometimes I'll be honest with you, they don't. And it is discouraging. It is something to be concerned about because we know how hard it is, but we also know how rewarding it is to go out here and be something different. We know what it's like to go out here and, you know, hey, like everybody's got this attitude about, you know, hey, this is as good as it's going to be. Not for me. I want to achieve greater. This is what it takes. We have to get out of this mindset because we got people watching us. And I'm not saying worry about the haters. I'm talking about people that are looking to us as a positive example. I'm talking about people that look at us and go, man, I see how you move and I'm honored and inspired by that. And the reason why we have to acknowledge that is because you never know who you're inspiring. You never know who you're influencing. There have been several moments that I have went about my day doing whatever I needed to do. And somebody that I least expect, it's always, and side note, it's always going to be somebody that you don't expect to really follow you to end up following you. It's always the people you least expect. And I've been in situations where those very people have looked at me and have said, hey, man, I'm really inspired by what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Like, I really like what you're doing. This is a guy who follows his dreams. I've heard all those compliments. And these are compliments from people that I didn't even think was looking, that I didn't even think were paying attention, that I didn't even think were glancing anywhere in my direction to even be invested in what my passions were. These are the things that if you use this as fuel, you will be motivated to change your mindset. You'll be motivated to not look at a day as same stuff, different day. You're given 365 days a year. You're given 52 weeks in a year. Do you really want to look at things as same stuff, different day? Think about it for a moment. Think about the circle of friends and what they're achieving. Think about what your family is achieving, the positive stuff. They didn't get there because of a same stuff, different day mindset. They got there because the mindset of that had to shift. And they had to shift into an active mode, into a proactive mode, into a mode where I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to what tomorrow has to bring because I know what I can accomplish. Folks, it is greatly important that we have to change that type of mindset. And if anybody has a problem with it, they're not running your race. Your race may be a quarter mile. Their race may be a mile. Somebody else's race may be 6 miles. Everybody is on a different pace in their race. You cannot sit over here and criticize me for pacing myself. Well, I have a 5-mile race to do, and you only have a quarter-mile race to do. We have to look forward to what's next. Is it fearful at times? Yes, it is, because it's the fear of the unknown. But we have to look forward to what's next. Yes, learn from the past, but don't stay there. Change your mindset around, guys. Change your mindset around. Try to be the best version of who you can be. Even if you take a small step tomorrow or the next day, that's an accomplishment. A good routine, is small steps made over a long period of time. Everybody at the sound of my voice is capable, very capable, of accomplishing what they need to accomplish. And age doesn't matter. Because I know there's some people that are hearing this and they'll sit there and go, well, I'm this old, I think it may be too late for me. No. It's not too late for you. Remember what I said earlier in this episode. As long as you have breath in your body to accomplish what you need to accomplish, you can do that. It's not hard, guys. I'm going to share another story. And I'm kind of breaking the fourth wall when I share this. I was constantly nervous working on this feature-length movie. Constantly nervous. Worried about, is everything in order the way I need it to be? And then if something wasn't in order, deep down I felt terrible. I had to keep moving. I had to still give the answers as best as I could. But deep down I felt horrible. Not because of a mess up, because I don't have no problem. If there's something I overlook or something I mess up, I have no problem saying I'm sorry. But there were moments where there were times I didn't have the answers, felt bad. And I had to sit there and figure out the answers. Quick. But I didn't sit in the moment. I just took time, took a breather, saw what the issues were, and got right to them to resolve the issue. And then, after it was all said and done, I reevaluated how that went, and then I jotted down exactly what I would like to change the next time to avoid that issue. Sometimes when you're making small steps in progression to get away from the same-ish different day attitude, you have to be willing to fail and then learn where you messed up at and then keep going. You have to learn that nothing is ever all the way perfect. But an imperfect path provides a lot of resolution and a lot of evaluation and a lot of results. So it's very, very important, because some people feel like everything has to be perfect. I have to, if I don't do this, I feel bad on myself. Like, what's the point of doing it? And I quit. So you gonna come all this way in your journey, and you still got time to go just to quit? And what do you want to quit to? To a same stuff, different day mentality? So I want to be very encouraging on this episode, because a lot of people have forgotten what it was like to be a kid or a teenager full of joy, excited about what's next and the passion behind what's next. And I get why. We got some people that are trying to make ends meet. We got some people that are currently on strike at their job. We got some people that are currently not happy at their job. We got some people that are in the middle of a divorce. We have some people that are in the middle of a storm. We got some people that are thriving. We got some people that are struggling. We got some people that need their mental health checked to make sure they're good. There's a lot going on that takes the joy away. And the reality of the situation is that you have to adjust, change your mindset around, figure something out, do what needs to be done to slowly but surely get yourself into a better mindset. I don't want nobody at the sound of my voice being stuck in the same stuff, different day mindset. That mindset don't get people nowhere. That mindset only gets people more disgruntled. I don't want nobody staying there for long. Don't stay disgruntled for long. Be proactive. Get your joy back. Now, don't do it at the expense of disrespecting and, treating people, treat people like a jerk. But get your joy back. Get your passion back. Get that all back. Because at the end of the day, this is your life and you have one go around at it. And I want to be very clear that the reason why I wanted to give you this message, and hopefully you stay encouraged with it, is because I've seen a lot of people have dreams, goals, aspirations about what they wanted to do. And I have watched people give up on their dreams. I have watched people give up on that dream that they had when they were a child. I watched them give that dream when they were a teenager. I've watched people take their dream and throw it in the trash and then wonder why they get up upset, because that dream and that passion that you have, you are going to be constantly disturbed because that's in you. that passion, that dream that you got that's in you. So when you try to throw it away or don't get to it, it's going to disturb you because it's a part of you almost. That's a dream and a goal that was birthed in you. So the choice is yours. And I want to be very clear about this. The choice is yours. You can either decide I'm going to change my mindset up, or I'm going to still go with the same stuff, different day mindset. And I'm telling you this, if you decide to change your mindset, not only will you benefit out of it, but your children's children will benefit out of it. Your friends will benefit out of it. Everything that you touch will benefit out of changing your mindset. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to admit when things are not right. You can decide to stay in one mindset or evolve in another. I've watched so many people give up on their dreams. I don't want you to be another name on the list. And for those of you that have given up, it's not too late. You got breath in your body, go after it today. Go after it tomorrow. When you got time, if you got time tonight, go after it tonight. But don't let yourself get to the end of life and you ain't accomplished what you want to accomplish. Do what you love today. So hopefully you guys have been encouraged by that. And with the content that we have coming up with Audio Airstrike, we're going to be still talking about life, society, and culture, but we want to help people. We want to, yes, we want to entertain and be fun. And we got some fun topics for you guys to definitely chomp in and stuff of that nature. We definitely have some conversations that we definitely want your input in, and we're definitely going to be coming out with some more exciting content to really get you guys engaged. And so we appreciate you guys for listening for all these years that you've been listening to Audio Airstrike, and we just appreciate it. I got more to come, and I got some interesting guests coming up in the month of September, and it's definitely going to be a fun time. So we appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I'm so excited to see what's up next. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been another edition of Audio Airstrike. Stay encouraged, and I'll see you on the next episode.